Hey everybody, Ramey here, and today I want to talk about a question that I am asked all the time as a professor of instructional technology. My students ask me this, should you buy an Alienware computer? Is it worth the investment? Is it worth it? Do I need it? And a lot of people ask me this because they know that I have an Alienware computer. I speak fairly highly of them. I use them in my lab. So is it worth you buying one? Should you, and why? So what I want to do is I want to explain why I have one and why I think you should or should not have one and some of the advantages and disadvantages of getting an Alienware computer. So first of all, the reason I personally have an Alienware computer, before I talk about good or bad things, why do I have one? My university has a contract with Dell. We have to buy Dell computers. Dell owns Alienware. So Alienware is considered a type of Dell by my university. So I don't have much of a choice in the computer that I buy. Now I could get an actual Dell versus an Alienware, so let me get there in a minute. But I don't have much of a choice as I'm limited in the types of computers I can get because my university pays for them. They're paid for from my job. And as you know, I teach gaming and video and photo editing and all kinds of stuff like that. So I personally need a very high-end computer to do all of that. So I have a choice, Dell, Alienware. Okay, so the reason I go for Alienware when looking for like a gaming or high-end machine is because I don't really have options. Now, you as a home user, you have options. So let me talk about the good and why Alienwares are good. So the reason I like Alienwares is they're designed for high-end processing. So you know if you buy one that you can buy a machine that's virtual reality ready, that's going to be able to handle video processing, that's going to handle games and streaming, that's going to be able to handle sound editing, advanced programming, any kind of multimedia development. So why do I choose it over a Dell? Dell's not necessarily made for that kind of stuff out of the box. Sure, I can, customize a Dell to be able to do some of that stuff. And before Dell owned Alienware, that's what I did do. I used to just have a Dell because that was my option. But Alienware does it a much better. And out of the box, an Alienware will do that. So let's talk about Alienware versus like other gaming PCs and multimedia development and stuff like that, gaming and stuff like that, and really should you get it. So yes, Alienware, one thing I tell new users who ask me if they should get an Alienware is, first of all, what do you want to do with your computer? If you're just browsing the internet, if you're just like typing in Word and PowerPoint, you don't need a computer like that. Alienware is really designed for people who want to do stuff. They're going to use that processor. They're going to game. They're going to develop video, multimedia, all that kind of stuff. So right away, you can separate yourself out as what kind of computer user am I? Then you ask yourself, well, should I get an Alienware versus something else? Here's what I like about Alienware and who I recommend Alienware to. First of all, the thing I like about Alienware is, it's owned by Dell, so it has support of a good company. But I also like that it's just like, I can pick one out, and no matter what one I get, it's going to be a pretty good PC. I don't really need to customize it. If I don't know anything about if I just want a virtual reality machine, somebody comes to me and said, I want to run virtual reality on my computer. I don't know anything about computers. What kind should I get? I will hands down say, go to Alienware website, find a virtual reality ready machine. It's that easy without having to understand. You don't need to understand specs. If they don't understand processors, anything like that, it's just the simple answer is go get an Alienware. Because I know it'll run it and I know it'll work. Because their pre-built options are going to be just fine for that user. Now, for the user who's a tech person who likes to build computers and stuff, I'm probably not going to suggest they get an Alienware unless they're going to know what they want already, but they're probably going to have a custom-built PC. The other thing is Alienware is definitely a little more pricey than other brand gaming computers. There are many. So first of all, there's probably like 20 brands or more. There's so many brands out there of good, who make great, excellent gaming computers. But Alienware is a little more pricey. Why? Well, because it's the popular brand. It's such a popular brand. They sponsor esports. You know, they're huge in esports. Every esports team you practically see, a majority of them have Alienware computers. They're being paid by Alienware to use their computers. That's what they want. So that's one of the reasons I like Alienware, because they are putting money back into esports and stuff. So I want to support them for doing that. So I think that's a big plus for buying them. But I also just, you know, I know they're a little more pricey, but I like that I can just tell a user to go simply get one and I know it's going to work and do what they want. Some of these other brands offer a lot more customizations, and a new user is going to have a lot of problems trying to navigate through that and figure it all out. Whereas a more advanced user is probably not going to get an Alienware. They're probably going to build their own machine or go to one of these places that offers a lot more customization. Okay, so that's kind of who should get it and why you should get it and some of the reasons. As far as price of an Alienware, the desktop machine starts around like just under $1,000, like $900 for a desktop. That doesn't include like your monitor or anything, but that's your desktop. Laptops are just over $1,000, maybe like $1,100, $1,200. But one of the things I always recommend that you do whenever you're buying a computer, especially a high-end one, get a warranty for as long as you plan to keep the machine. I've just seen too many machines break after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They just break. So, you know, I have to, like me personally, I have to have my machines for 4 to 5 years. So I usually get a minimum of a 4-year warranty. Minimum. And sometimes that adds a considerable amount to the cost. So think about that. And the other thing is, since I know I have a 4-year machine, I get the highest end specs possible. So right now, you know, I have an Alienware laptop and it was probably like $4,500 maybe total, something like that. But I got every option available to upgrade it so that it would last me a significant amount of time. You know, it has to be able to run really well at 3.5 years still. So should you get an Alienware? Recap. Are you the kind of user that's going to just do internet and word processing? You can get any machine, really. You're going to be fine. If you are doing gaming, video, that kind of stuff, okay, now you're in the, I probably need a gaming PC or a more powerful PC. Then you start considering brands and saying, do I need Alienware? I think if you don't know a lot about customization, go for the Alienware. It's a simple, easy choice. You can go to their website and just kind of pick one out, and you're going to get something pretty good. You know, if you're looking for like a VR ready machine, their machines say VR ready if they are. And they make it very easy in that regard. Yes, you're going to pay a little more money, but yes, you're also supporting esports and other things by supporting the sponsors of it. So I love that. If you're the type of person that's telling me they like to customize machines, they want to build a PC, I'm going to probably push you away from them. There's so many other good brands out there. Or if you just know about specs and you're big into tech, you're probably going to go to another brand and just pick something out that can be a little more cost effective. And that's it. Thank you very much. Bye.